It's not staying in your own circle. Because your own circle is the place where everything is gonna die. Fertility always comes from outside.
I think it's hugely important also when you work with young people. If you don't give them that kind of dream that indeed you can go outside of your brain, of your own thinking, if university is not that in this interconnection, then I think it's nothing.
One of my things I regret very much is that the School of Arts have not been integrated into the universities a few years ago. They have stayed at university colleges in different provinces because, for financial reasons essentially, but School of Arts should be part of the university, I think, because the interdisciplinary work between scientists and artists, and you have worked a lot with people from the University of Leuven, but also with the University of UHasselt with your projects, is very inspiring for both sides. And I think in the university we should also have arts, like it is usually in the United States and in other countries.
Limburg is a very nice green area. The people
Park
also
of Flanders.
The
Park of
The Park of Flanders. You call it the Park of Flanders. Everybody likes to come here, and you're so nice and so lovely and so so relaxed. I hate this, to be honest. I hate this. We are nice and lovely, and we are green, but we have some skills. We have some skills. We can do something. And it's because we are on the border of different countries. We are between Germany, we are between Holland, Belgium. And that we learned something. We learned that you have to work and cooperate together in that region. And when I did in 2000, I was invited by Listen Gallery in London. And Listen Gallery in London is the top of the top of the top of the Belgian, contemporary art in the world. And I did my Cosmopolitan Chicken Project. And there were more than 1,000 people in the center of London. I had an article on the cover of the Times. And they say, art on the wild side, better than the European Union. Because I did a crossbreeding between Belgium, France and England. When I was sitting on the boat together with my wife, I came home and nobody is asking you something, which is very strange. You understand? The shift between being there and having the attention of the world and coming back where they ask you, are you doing something? Yes, I went to London. Okay, you went to London. After a while I get some journalists. And then they came and they said, but how is it possible that an artist like you is sitting here in Limburg? You have to be in Antwerp, you have to be in Brussels, there where the things are going on. And I said, I don't think so, I said, you know, that if I like to call at this moment somebody who is working, who is in Japan, being in Tokyo, or a Chinese in Shanghai, I can take my mobile phone. I can call and I can ask how he's doing. And if I sit in my room and I send an email, I can reach the world. And if I like to go somewhere, I have Eindhoven airport, I have Cologne, I have Düsseldorf, I have Brussels, I have Antwerp, I have Maastricht. I said, tell me, what is your choice if you like to reach the world? What I like to say is, when the border doesn't exist and you are beyond, you have a lot of choices where you can be. And today, what is important? That you have the physical and the mental space to do something. Every city today is dealing with this. Every city is like in a little heart attack because we developed something where there is no space anymore to think. And if I think about the university, and that's my point, a university has to be open. Besides all the different faculties that you use, you have to make your helicopter view. And you have to create that space where something new can happen.
Sometimes I think about Erasmus and some say this is a crossbreeding. Erasmus, so the exchange, this is a crossbreeding, and it's true. Many marriages come out of Erasmus, or at least, not always marriages, but at least many relationships. But I always was very much in favor of this kind of also this kind of exchange. But again, the reality is that our Flemish students don't leave our universities enough just to go to the other countries and to have this exploration. But we know for sure that when they come back, and it's also Fulbright exchange, the richness. So that's when you come back as an Erasmus student, you are a better person. Because you are richer in experience.
And I think it's always interesting because the moment that we created the chicken, we took the chicken under our arm and we went to the whole world. That's why it is the most domesticated animal there is. It gives us the most proteins. It gives us everything. If I like to know something about the people, I look to my chicken. And Plato already said it. We are the chicken. But he said the chickens were first. That's a huge difference. I think you can learn a lot from what we create to read what's going to happen. It's not magic. We put it inside and let it run, and then we can look what happens.
I mean, I'm sitting in many PhD committees, I'm always wondering what they actually do in there.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons is that most of them are specializing and more specializing and looking to even more specialized topic in a very, very, very small piece of discipline.
But it's also
But
bad
it's
because
economically
it
relevant.
transfers itself into bad teaching. Eh?
I would like to make the connection there between the system in universities and also the system we used to or still imply on reaching for the aesthetically perfect dog, for example. Like we breed this French bulldog until the head is so small that they have headaches and their legs are so short that but we see an aesthetic perfection there. We seek for something that we want to achieve, and also in arts education you see this teacher sculpturing this student into this perfect vision that he has of how the perfect pianist has to be, and then we create a competition, the Queen Elizabeth competition, where they can all show just how perfect they can play this Rachmaninoff. And I ask myself the same question as you just did, like where's the value there?
No, well, I've been coming across artists doing PhDs, which is to me completely ridiculous. It's because that way they're trying to fit their creativeness into a framework that is acknowledged by people who would maybe want to give them money so they can do their work, but I think they really restrict themselves because of trying to push their free thinking within this framework.
I would say that they're the victim of their own success. I mean, if you look at how much universities have grown over a century, they have become a tremendous business simply. They have huge impact on society. They are a nexus of power, so politicians are much more interested in universities than they were 50 years ago. And so there are major social investment from society. Society invests a lot in university, and somewhere I would understand that society says, you know, where is my return on investment?
That's logical.
Yeah. At the same time, what I would love to see is that if you look back in time and if you imagine a university that's only 20% as big as the one we have now, that at least there would be somewhere these 20% where there would be this space of freedom, where you would say, okay, well, some people can be protected from this return on investment mentality because...
That's why, you know, all these clusters, like faculties, there is a kind of, you know, quality thing, you know, where you have to push yourself to the... But when, if you like to become fertile, then you have to leave that block, you know? That's I have this knowledge, I have this competition, I am the best, I have the quality, but now how I become fertile for the world? This you have in this space. There you become fertile with what you have to be more fertile, you know? That's the moment that you can give. In this thing where you learn the quality, it's not about giving.